Hey guys, it's Nimzag, and I'm here with a watercolor speed paint. And this is a commission that I got from someone on Instagram slash Skype named Visuality. Visuality, yeah. And it was to paint and color his character, who is like, yeah, I don't know what she is. I forgot, but she's really cute. And pretty much with my process, I kind of just winged the concept since it was just a portrait, nothing too big. So yeah, and let's see. When I was doing this, I wanted to do these certain kinds of commissions with my watercolor paint tubes. And I had Artist Loft, which I bought like 3 years ago, and pretty much those dried on me. It's pretty bad. I got really disappointed, and I don't know if that's typically the amount of time that happens with, but it happened. So I don't like to throw away things unless like I absolutely have to, so I'm gonna probably end up like testing them out for a little bit, see which ones are like completely done, and then have to toss those out. I like to use my art materials to the nub, so it kind of sucks. I won't be buying Artist Loft again. I mean, I might do some more research to see if that was what happened or if not, but either way, I'll let you guys know. Maybe one day I'll do like an art supplies, like all of my art supplies that I own, because I own a ton. Doesn't mean I use them, but I will eventually be using them at some point in time. So yeah, that'll be fun. Let's see. What else is there? Pretty much I have a list because I recorded twice, but I couldn't let myself kind of just go off in improv. It doesn't work for me. Let's see. I already talked about that. Oh, so another fun thing is that I use Windows Movie Maker in order to edit my videos, believe it or not. And on my previous episodes, I used the narration tool that they had on there, but for some reason, I tried to do it again with this one, and I don't know if it's like I lost the version that had it or not, because I had to reset my Windows, but yeah, it's not there anymore. So that was unfortunate, and now I have to use Audacity, but I think that's good because it amplifies stuff. Let's see what else. We can move to school. With my school life, I just finished my business class, the accelerated one that I talked about in one of my previous episodes. So that's taking a load off of my amount of work that I need to do. But I also have to deal with other deadlines that are going to be coming up. In case you guys don't know, I am a business major with online classes. But yeah, we're gonna be doing like papers and stuff, and like my psychology class, I'll have a paper due, and I also have like to do a chapter at the same time. It's like a 5-page paper. At some point, it's in April, but still, that kind of sucks. And I'm having spring break after next week, but I don't know if it's really gonna feel like a spring break. I haven't even checked to see if I have stuff due, but I know in some of my classes I will, which again sucks because of being in online classes. That kind of just doesn't have an excuse to like, oh, you don't have to go in, so it won't really feel like much of a break to me. But I don't know, I'll still be trying to do more art, hopefully, to make it feel like I have more time on my hands. I still have a lot of time, so I kind of wanted to take this opportunity to talk about what happened while I was in art school in September through December. And I kind of just, I'm going to touch the surface of it. I don't know, because maybe one day I'll go more in detail about it, but like pretty much what happened was that I don't really like the idea of art school. I mean, like, I know a lot of people that want to be an artist feel like they have to go to an art school to do it, but like, honestly, you don't. It's honestly just something that's pushed into our brains because of how society sees continuing education. Like, if you don't go to college at all, you immediately like won't be successful, but that's not true. My girlfriend Javon, she's no longer in school, and she only went for like a year and a half, but honestly she didn't even have to. She makes money just fine. I mean, like, she was lucky to have a following and stuff, but that's to show that you don't need school education to do that. School did not help her at all. If anything, it just stressed her out completely, and it's a huge stress, especially art school. Like, I feel like it's so unnecessary with how all these people just push that on us. Like, and that if you don't, I know some people, they probably feel like if they don't go to art school at all, then they don't love art enough. And that's not true as well. Like, what else is there? I don't know if it was because of the school I went to personally. I went to the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, but I honestly didn't feel like that was helping me at all. I wanted to be an illustration major, and like I think the foundations year is such a waste of time. And like I went to an art high school for like 3 years, and I took AP art twice. I mean, I didn't pass enough to like give myself enough credit to like move on and skip that class, but like I still had the experience, and like I wasn't unexperienced at all with like foundations. I had to take a 3D class and visual color dynamics and observational drawing and things like that, and like I just felt like it wasn't enough of teaching me personally. Like, I felt like I had to do a lot of outside things in order for me to feel like I was having the real experience, and I feel like that's dumb. Like, I'm sitting here paying, like, not me, my mom helped pay, like, she paid for all of it pretty much, other than the scholarships, but like, it was so much, it's so expensive, and that's not even including like the supplies that they wanted you to buy and etc. And like, it was dumb. I felt like it was such a waste of money, because I felt like I wasn't even getting what I wanted. Like, I wanted to work with color more, and like in my visual color dynamics, we didn't even talk about color too much. Like, we had a teacher who in the beginning of the year, she was horrible. She was like, it was just her. Like, I know that this isn't like all art school experiences, and it wasn't even like something that happened just at my ad, but like she pretty much like she left, but like she taught concept and like theory of colors, and I just thought that was so stupid. We're here in an art school, and like, it's a foundations class. Like, I could understand if it was more like for graphic design and stuff, but like, she straight up just she taught us just theory, and she made us write papers about the artist. And like, I know that sounds like something that's, maybe I'm just complaining, but I felt like that wasn't much help, especially for those who wanted to be illustrators and stuff. Like, it's fine, teach us some concepts and some theory, but like, she involved that entire class doing that, and like, she'd have us cut out paper and stuff, and I felt like it just wasn't helping. Like, Javon, when she took the same class before, it was with a different teacher, and she had them make the paint themselves, and I felt like that's a different experience. And I just also, like, the school itself just kept revolving around this idea of finding your voice, and I felt that was also unnecessary. I felt like you should do that later in your years, maybe, instead of like the beginning of the years. Like, I wanted to learn a lot more technique. That was my biggest thing, because finding technique is so difficult. Like, that's something that can be taught, and I wanted to help that in helping find my style as well. But at the end of the semester, my visual color dynamics teacher, who was replacing the one in the beginning of the year, he ended up telling us, he's like, I don't like the fact that students come in here and thinking that they'll find their style, and this isn't what school is about. It's not finding your style, it's finding your voice. And as soon as he said that, I did not regret leaving that school at all, because that was pretty much the exact that was the summary of how it felt being at that school. It was not finding our style or to help find us in a way of like expressing ourselves. It was more of like what we had to say. And I just felt like I wish it was more specialized, I guess, because again, like, I went to an art high school and I took AP art twice, and it felt unnecessary to try finding my voice when I already had to do a portfolio twice. Like, I have no problem explaining why I chose something that I did. I have more of a problem understanding the ways to pick colors or the ways to really do things. And then, like, a lot of it just felt like I was doing everything outside of school, and I don't have time to do that when I'm sitting here worrying about the deadlines that are coming up. And another reason I left was because of my wrist. I mean, I just had a bad wrist, and I couldn't handle the amount of work that they were expecting me to do on a weekly basis. And at one point I told that teacher, I was sitting there and I was kind of taking it easy on myself. I was wearing my brace, and I was working, but it was difficult because of how bad my wrist hurt. And I was watching some videos on YouTube. I was watching Game Grumps to kind of just help myself. And he'd go, like, make his rounds around the class to check on how everybody was doing, and then he'd come back to me, and then he'd leave again, and then he'd come back, and then he called me out. He was like, oh, like, I see you're taking a break. And I'm like, yeah, I'm taking a break. I'm kind of taking it easy. And he's like, okay, don't take too long of a break. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't think too much of it. Like, I've never had a problem turning in any of my assignments. For that entire semester, I was never late in an assignment. And, like, he just pretty much followed me. And then, like, at the end of the class, like, I was explaining to him that, like, my wrist hurt badly. And he's like, oh, well, you should have said something earlier, even though I felt like my brace said it all, nor do I felt like I needed to say something, because I didn't feel like saying it in front of the class. And then he pretty much just, he just said, like, no, I don't feel comfortable giving you, like, an extension of time, which I guess I could understand. But, like, I felt like the entire thing where he followed, like, he made his rounds and come back and did it again, like, it just took away the freedom of being in college. So honestly, for me, I feel like school is really hard to deal with art. And, like, I will probably make another episode, or not an episode, but another video with this, because we're reaching the end of this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I have a lot more to complain about, because my experience with school was just horrendous, and I'm glad that I left when I did, because I just felt like I wasn't getting what I wanted, nor did I feel like waiting long enough to get to where I wanted to be, because that's dumb. We're going to school and we shouldn't have to wait when we're paying, like, thousands of dollars to get to where we want to be, or what we expect to learn. That's ridiculous. You're not doing it right. But anyway, this was my speed paint, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to record more, because of the fact that, like, my memory card ended up getting full. But if you guys are interested in a commission like this, I will put my email down below, and you guys, or you could ask me for it instead. I'll leave my media and so on, and you guys can just message me directly, and I'll give you guys my email, or you can just ask me questions there, and I'll be happy to give you guys the info or the price quotas that you would be asking for. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys subscribe, leave comments, anything like that, and I'll see you guys hopefully another time. Thanks.